Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Let's Vibe Podcast. In today's Mini Vibes episode, I am so excited to be sharing my first ever ebook that I just launched on how to stop feeling stuck in life. So in today's episode, we're going to walk through that ebook and hopefully provide some tips to you if you are feeling stuck in life. And I also have an exciting announcement for my coaching business that I cannot wait to share with you guys. So without further ado, let's vibe into today's episode. Hello, you guys. Welcome back. I am so happy to have you here. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe and everything like that. I have been doing really well as well, and I have some exciting stuff to share with you guys. So today we're just going to be diving right on into everything. I really wanted to help you guys out because a lot of people have been talking about feeling stuck in life and just feeling like they don't know what to do or how to help themselves or how to get out of this feeling of stuckness. And so I created an ebook, my first ever ebook, and it's free. I will have the link in the show notes for you guys on just how you can stop feeling stuck in life so that you can start living out your life again and start going after your dreams. There's been so many times in my personal life where I have personally felt stuck. So I just wanted to create something to help you guys because this is something I wish I would have had to help me. You know what I mean? Before I get started, I did want to announce something. I will be doing group coaching for my coaching business, which is so exciting. I will be doing a group coaching program called Recharge Your Vibe. It's going to be starting the first week of June, and I will be taking 8 girls to join my coaching program. And it's called Recharge Your Vibe. So basically what this program is all about is to help you stop feeling stuck in life. We are going to recharge your vibe so that you feel like you can show up as your best and highest self and truly go after what you want in this life. It's a 12-week program. For those 12 weeks, we're really just going to be getting down to everything about you, your inner alignment, and just who you want to show up as. You know, as things are starting to normal out, and we're starting to plan these trips, we're starting to go back to these festivals, I really wanted to provide some tips to women just to feel confident and feel good as they show up as a post-pandemic you know what I mean? We all had goals we wanted to achieve. We all had these things we wanted to do during quarantine that we might not have gotten to. And so this is kind of a good way to check in with yourself. It's also the middle of the year, so it's another good way to be like, all right, how do I want the rest of 2021 to go? And you'll have my guidance as well as the support of 7 other women to rely on as we all navigate this together. I've had my fair share of anxieties about the world opening up, and so I think it'd be really great for us all to just talk about it and to be able to lean on one another as we are all working towards becoming the best versions of ourselves. So how this program will work is once a week, we'll meet for an hour and 30 minutes. I'll have a lesson for you guys, and then we'll get to just talk about everything. I get to answer any questions. I get to coach you guys on certain things, whatever comes up for you. And we really just get to connect with each other, learn more about one another, and then just set some goals and show up. If you feel like you've been struggling with motivation, with goals, procrastination, you feel like you haven't been able to do what you wanted to do, you feel like you're stuck in life and you just want to fix it, you want some accountability, you want some support, this could be for you. Also, if you feel like you have some uneasiness about the pandemic ending and coming back to social situations or coming back to dating or whatever that may be, we'll kind of dive into a lot of that as well. We'll dive into confidence. We'll dive into like mind, body, and soul, inner alignment, showing up as your best self. Who do you want to be? And just saying fuck it and going after it. You know what I mean? This is going to be really, really awesome. And I'm so excited to be doing my first round of group coaching and just to connect with other women as we're all sorting this stuff out. And so I would really love if you would love to join me. If you like today's episode and this sounds like something that you could use some extra support and extra assistance on, I would love to have you be a part of it. And so I have an application link. If you want to access the application, just feel free to go to the show notes, or you can go to my Instagram at Find Your Vibe Coaching to get the application that way. And then I will reach back out and we'll make sure it's a good fit and it feels good for both of us to be a part of something like this and everything like that. So it's absolutely no pressure. to apply. It's absolutely no pressure to talk to me about it if you're interested. But yeah, I'm really excited to have this out there, and I can't wait to see what women come together. Especially my audience is a lot of festival goers. So if you are also just looking for other girls to connect with that are trying to improve themselves and then also go to festivals as well, this could be for you too, to meet some other girls and get to connect with them and have that network as well. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. We do have the group coaching program where we'll meet for 90 minutes during the week. I have a couple times that you can choose from. And then also there is a one-on-one upgrade. If you want to meet with me for a couple of sessions throughout our 12 weeks together, just one-on-one sessions, you can upgrade to that. And so definitely fill out the application if you're interested, and we can talk pricing and how this is going to work and answer any questions you have. So just start out with filling out the application, and then we'll get the rest of it all sorted out for you so you feel comfortable and you feel excited and you feel ready to recharge your vibe. I love the name, you guys. The branding, I'm killing it with the branding on my coaching, recharge your vibe, find your vibe, all the vibes. But of course, I don't want to leave you guys hanging, so let's get into today's topic. It is how to stop feeling stuck in life. And so I really wanted to talk about this, like I said, because I've just been feeling and sensing with a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I've been talking to that they just feel stuck. They don't know what to do. The pandemic's slowly starting to end. The world is starting to open back up, and they're like, I don't know what to do, what I should be doing, how I should be doing things. Help, basically. I've been seeing this with my clients. Like I said, I have 8 clients that I coach one-on-one that I've been coaching with, and they've all had this feeling of being stuck, and we're currently working through that. And then I've also had friends that I've just talked to, and they're just like, help, aid. How do I get out of this? What do I need to be doing? And everything like that. And so I thought to put together an ebook. And so I have the link for the ebook in the show notes if you guys want to go check it out. That way you can reference it. But we'll walk through this together. Just in case you're more of like a visual audio learner, we can talk about how to stop feeling stuck in life in case the ebook was just a little bit too much for you. And so I created a 5-step process to get you feeling unstuck. What's important here is actually showing up and taking action and doing the actions that I talk about. You'll see the most benefit if you actually take to heart what I say and you actually put it into action to get yourself feeling unstuck. And you can go at your own pace, whatever feels good to you, because some days you might just not feel it, you know what I mean? And so you can take this step by step, as slow or as fast as you need to do, and just have that sense of calmness and clarity that it's gonna be okay. I also had an Instagram post on Find Your Vibe Coaching of just like reminders to remind yourself of when you do feel stuck. And the first one is, it's not going to last forever. You know what I mean? This feeling of stuckness will end. It's just a matter of having a plan to get yourself out of it, but you also kind of just need to let it pass through. Sometimes there's just energy in us that just needs to get out and needs to pass through. And sometimes it is that feeling of being stuck. I've had that similar feeling of feeling stuck. Like I was graduated from college and I didn't have a job lined up and I felt so stuck. And so I just kind of like sat in that and I just kind of relaxed a little bit, and I was still looking for jobs. I was like trying to look for jobs, but at some point I was just like, you know what? I just need to do my best and just kind of enjoy this time to relax, and then I'll know that I'll be able to find something, have that confidence that I can find something. There's been other times, like with the pandemic, I felt super stuck just because I was like, festivals are gone. What the heck am I supposed to create content on? And I just ended up doing what felt best to me and not putting any pressure on myself to create, So this ebook just kind of dives into all of it and is able to help you take it step by step. When we are talking about how to stop feeling stuck in life, there's 5 steps to it. I will go through each of these. I'm just kind of going through each of the steps. So number 1, identify what's causing the stuckness. Number 2, remind yourself of the good. Number 3, create a get unstuck plan. I love planning, you guys. Number 4, accept and surrender. And then 5, take action. So what all of this can do is really help you just break it down step by step to get you unstuck. Because most of the time people are like, I just feel stuck. I don't know what to do. And then they do nothing about it. You know what I mean? They just continue to be okay with not doing anything about it, or just kind of wallow in it forever. And so this can really help you identify like, okay, I can get out of this. This is what I need to do. So number 1, and in the ebook, I put a little table for this one. you're going to identify what's causing the stuckness. And so you're going to look at every aspect of your life and audit what could be causing the stuckness. Whenever I have a problem, I always try and identify what is causing this problem, because that might be able to help you find a solution. And so you're going to look at every area of your life, and I listed out mindset and mental health, relationships and friends, career and or school, finances, hobbies and or passion projects, habits and routines, health and fitness. And there might be some other areas that you need to identify. I just felt like those are some of the main ones that could be causing someone to feel stuck. After you identify those different areas of your life, you're going to rate each area on a scale of 1 to 10. And you're just going to go down the line and rate each one and see which ones kind of stick out and kind of take note of that. And then after you rate each area of life, you're going to give a reasoning why you gave it that rating. So if it was like career and school, you gave it like a 2 because you might not have found a job, you recently lost your job, or school, you're just not doing well in school or something like that. Maybe you've been trying to find a hobby or a passion project, and so you rate it like a 5 because you haven't really found anything you love yet, but you're trying. So there's different ways to just kind of evaluate like, okay, this is how my area of life is doing and why is that rating? You don't have to worry about the solution just yet. Right now, we're just identifying what this problem is and what's causing you to feel stuck. And so just take note of this, and we'll come back to this table basically of evaluating why are you feeling stuck, and maybe it's become more clear what is causing the stuckness. Maybe it's multiple areas of your life, or maybe it's just one area of your life. As for step 2, so remind yourself of the good. I think it's always good to just kind of remind yourself that 1, this isn't going to last forever. 2, there is still so much good in your life to celebrate and feel good about, and that you can be grateful for and you can just reflect on. And so I created this step 2 as a reminder yourself of the good, just to remind yourself of everything good that's happened in your life. And so what you'll do is you're going to reflect on these 3 topics and brainstorm so you can get into a moment of feeling good. Because I find that when I think about like happy things or I listen to happy songs, it kind of helps me feel good and reminds myself of like some good memories and stuff. So the first thing you're going to write down is 5 things you're grateful for. And this can be super minimal of like, I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for myself. I'm grateful that it's warm outside. I'm grateful for my bed, things like that. And then you're going to list 5 of your most favorite things. And this can be like music, corgis. I would put corgis, honestly, or dogs in general. Or it could be like the sound of rain or avocado toast, whatever is some of your most favorite things that make you feel good. Write those down. And then you're going to write 5 of your favorite memories. And these are memories where you might have felt your best, you had an amazing experience with your friends, something along those lines, just to remind yourself to feel good and to kind of get back into that feeling of good. And when you're looking back at those memories, I want you to like kind of feel those feelings again that you felt, but don't get to a point of like, oh, I missed that, I'll never have it again. Just get into a feeling of like, wow, I miss that kind of feeling. I want to get back to that feeling, but don't dwell on it too much and to the point where you almost kind of like upset yourself. You know what I mean? So in this step, we're really just reminding ourselves how to feel good. So that way we can find other ways to make ourselves feel good that have those similar feelings basically during our days. So the number 3, this is where we get unstuck, but we don't actually take action to it. We just plan for it. So based off that first table where you rated every area of your life, you're going to come back to it and maybe identify what are those areas that you need to work on. And you're going to work on brainstorming what can get you unstuck. And so you'll have that same table and all those same areas of life. And then I ask, what would best help me in this area of life? Brainstorm 2 to 3 ideas or more if you feel like it. So for example, if you hate your job, like every day you wake up hating your job, maybe it's time to start looking for a new job. Maybe it's time to just start dedicating an hour a day just to applying to new jobs or figuring out what you want as your next job. Or if it's something like you feel like your habits or routines aren't great, you don't wake up the time you want to, you don't go to bed at the time you want to, maybe you need to brainstorm, okay, I want to go to bed by 10 p.m. so that I can wake up at 7 a.m. and feel good for the day. Maybe it's health and fitness. You just don't feel great about where you're at with your health and fitness. So maybe you need to take some steps of either getting a personal trainer or working on your nutrition, or just even trying and going outside for a walk every day, whatever feels good to you. This is all about brainstorming. So don't get stressed out about it, and don't force anything that's not meant for you. You know what I mean? If you don't like going to the gym, then don't put that as an idea, because you're just going to put more pressure on yourself. But if you like going for walks, if you like doing yoga, if you like doing a spin class, maybe that's something that you would want to write. I'm basically saying just don't put things that you know you're not going to do because you don't already like it, you know? So do things that you love and that's going to make you feel good. So this step is just brainstorming. We're just brainstorming, creating that unstuck plan. We're not going to take action just yet. Number 4 is accept and surrender. So you've done all the work, you figured out what's causing the stuckness, you have a plan to get yourself unstuck, but you just sometimes have to accept and surrender to the stuckness, which is really, really hard to do. But sometimes you just kind of got to be like, all right, I'm in this position. It's okay, I'm in this position. I know I'm going to get out of it, but I just need to relax and not force anything right now. And I always tell my clients that when you come at a place of resistance and you're constantly trying to force something, you're just going to be met with more resistance and more force, and it's just going to keep on building, and you're just not going to feel great about yourself. But when you let things go and try not to force anything, like forcing getting unstuck, it's just going to kind of flow out naturally. Like I said, it's just an energy that kind of needs to pass through. And so you just kind of need to relax and take a little bit of a rest and just kind of know, okay, I'm in this moment. It's not going to last forever. So sit with those feelings and kind of surrender to that stuckness, because you know you're going to come out on the other side. So I say to accept and surrender means to stop resisting or pushing when you aren't ready. So how I do this, I journal daily, and I just do the best I can day in and day out without forcing anything. And when I say don't do anything, I mean you still have to work to get your bills paid and everything like that. But I really just do the bare minimum just to get by. You know what I mean? And I do the best I can at it, and know that I'm just going to rest. I'm going to do the best I can just to at least do some work and pay my bills and just relax, And then when I finally feel okay, I have my action plan, and I finally feel okay, maybe I can make some progress on some of these things to get me feeling better, then I will go to step number 5, which is take action. So that action plan that we created, where you brainstorm a couple of those ideas, try to pick at least an action a day from that action plan. And there's one area of life per day. I listed out 7 areas of life per day. So pick one action from each area of life to do. So maybe on Monday, you're going to work on your mindset. Tuesday, health and fitness. Wednesday, friendships and relationships. And just pick an action and see how that works for you. And if a task feels too intimidating, find a way to take a smaller action. For example, if I had a goal to run for a mile a day, maybe I'd start out running on and off for 5 minutes, then build up to running a mile a day. If you want to get a new job, make it a goal to apply to 1 job a day. And if you want to make new friends, download Bumble BFF as a start. Over time, these tiny actions can accrue and get you closer to where you want to go. It can also give you the confidence that you no longer feel stuck anymore. A lot of people, I think, have a misunderstanding about motivation. And what I mean by that is, and I tell this to my clients a lot, I saw this from a tweet a long time ago, and it made so much sense. People think that it starts with motivation. You have the motivation enough to take an action. Once you take that action and you keep on doing it repeatedly, you see progress, and that's going to give you motivation again. And that is what I hear a lot of the time, because people are like, how do you have the motivation to do these things? Or how do you just naturally have this motivation? And they think that you have to start with the motivation in order to take the action. And then you get progress, and that reinstills your motivation. That tweet I saw, he basically was like, people think it's motivation, action, progress. When in reality, it's actually action first, then you make progress, and that motivates you to start again. And this is similar to other things that I've said. When you want to start a YouTube channel or you want to start being a content creator, just have to start. Start the YouTube channel, buy a camera, start filming, start editing. You just have to start. Then you'll see progress because you'll start posting videos, you'll start seeing traction on it, whatever. And then that'll motivate you to keep on doing that same repeated action. And I think that that is such a great way of looking at it. And that is personally how I feel, because I've never started out with having motivation. People think I'm a very highly motivated person, but what it really is I'm a highly actionable person. I take that action. I see something that I want to do, and I know the only way to get there is by me taking that action. So me sitting down to record this video, me sitting down to record this podcast, I'm able to take that first action. And so if you have a hard time taking that first action, that means that there is something else keeping you from starting. And that's usually your self-limiting beliefs, your self-doubt, worrying what other people might think, having a fear of failure or a fear that you're not good enough, or there's some underlying thing that you need to work through in order to take that first action. It's not the motivation. You have the motivation. There's something else keeping you from taking that first step, and it's not motivation. It's some type of fear. It's some type of limiting belief. There's something underlying there that's keeping you from that. And so that is also another thing that you can work through. If it comes to putting this action plan to use and there's a little voice in your head that's keeping you from that, taking that action, then that is something that we need to work through, and identify that and be able to work through that belief and remind yourself that you are enough. You can do hard things. You can try something out, and that it is okay to fail. A lot of the times people are like, oh, I'm so afraid to fail because what will people think of me, or what will happen with this or that? And it's like, as long as you put your best effort forward and you tried something, it's okay to fail. I don't get this whole notion of being afraid of failure. I've been afraid to fail, but I've never let it keep me from potentially making me happy. Same thing with being worried about what people think. If this is something that I truly love and want to be good at, I really don't care what other people think. You know what I mean? I'm so passionate about going to music festivals and so passionate about helping others that if other people think that's weird, then I think that's more weird, because I'm doing something I love and I'm trying to help people. You know what I mean? That was my big soapbox moment for step number 5. But really, it's all about taking that action and just doing what you can to take that action. And if there's some underlying fear or beliefs that we need to work through, then that's another thing to identify to add to your action plan of just how can you start believing in yourself more and get that self-doubt voice to just kind of quiet. You know what I mean? So that's a whole other conversation in itself. But today we were just talking about how to stop feeling stuck in life. And it really is just examining where you're currently at and figuring out what you can do to get yourself to feel better. It really comes down to just identifying who you are, who you want to be, how you want to show up, and what you need to be doing to make progress so that you can get closer to where you want to go. So, like I said, it's all about you taking that first action of this ebook, and that is auditing your life. If you can take that first step to audit what's really going on with yourself and be honest with yourself, the rest of this ebook will be a piece of cake, because you've done the work to think about it and you have some general ideas of, okay, this is how I can fix that. So, oh, man, that was a big loaded episode. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Feel free to share this with a friend that is also feeling stuck in life. Like I said, you can download the free ebook in the show notes or at the link in my bio at Find Your Vibe Coaching. Group coaching is officially launched, so if you would like to join Recharge Your Vibe, that application is going to be in the show notes. You guys can also reach out to me if you have any questions at Find Your Vibe Coaching. I will be having that open for enrollment until we start, honestly, which is June 1st. So we have some time to talk about it. I'm happy to answer any questions. And if you're interested, I'd love to talk to you right away and reserve your spot. Like I said, I'm taking 8 girls for this group coaching program. And I'm really excited to connect with you all. And I hope you are too, to join a nice little community for Recharge Your Vibe and everything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe. All the things. I love you so much. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay vibey, vibe tribe. Bye.